Tonight, from St. Louis, Missouri, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports.
Yeah, Blake. I mean, I ain't played this game. Yeah. This one is a good one. This is a good one.
It's St. Louis taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go to wrap up the week on a Monday night. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Quintarius.
6, a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another
Christian Marcus in 2007, opening drive, 49ers, 2nd and 8. And this is some veteran presence. He has a pocket poise, and then savvy enough to get down, avoid the contact. Later in the drive, 3rd and 9 from the Packers, 32. Looking for Danny Gray, makes the catch.
They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
They're going to try and run, and he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Bradley. And his pass incomplete. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Over the middle, he's got Chenault. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bradley. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Back to throw again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limited to... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On 4th down, here's G.
If you wake up thinking about the markets and want to make the right moves fast, get Decision Tech from Fidelity. You'll get proactive alerts from market events.
Amy Gillen on to punt. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold up.
Can help you trade this love and
That one is 2nd down.
The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%, only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Man open, that's Henry Ruggs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Looking to throw. Franklin escaping the pressure right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. On 1st and 10, Franklin. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Franklin. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down. Pass. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. From the gun, Franklin. Going left side, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. They'll try and run for it, and he'll take it into the end zone.
Oh, you rap niggas sound like me. You can't tell who is who.
2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Ravens will extend their lead. So they took a chance there on 4th down, and boy, does it pay off. It pays off with 6 points.
Yeah, I have to imagine that they were thinking maybe we can at least get a first down if we don't score. But he decided he didn't want a new set of downs. He just wanted a touchdown.
They'll look to throw. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. So their 2nd touchdown of this first half. They went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thing. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think, if they missed it here, only up 12-0, 1 extra point on the other side could ultimately beat you if they score twice.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
On 1st down, Bradley. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Bradley. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
Bitch ass nigga tried to sneak one by me.
I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they...
About that time, best of the week, once again reminding us that one of the best lines from one of the best shows in TV history. I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you actually left them. Well, Miss Serena Williams, there is, but she hasn't left the game yet. But now we know she is very, very close. Our GOAT of the week, GOAT in women's tennis, one of the greatest athletes of all time, and all of that is taking a back seat to Williams wanting to be the GOAT at being a mom. The 23-time Grand Slam singles champion.
They don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 1st down, it's Gardner. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Yo, the game just glitched out completely.
And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2.
Yo, what's going to happen?
They're going to try and run here.
So do I get the ball now?
A whole lot to speak of there as
they
they
just
bring him down shy of the 20.
That was weird.
So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation.
That whole
Who
thing
has
is
more
weird.
pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it. You can
And I get the
throw it.
ball.
So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue.
Yo, the game just completely glitched itself out.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
A big connection on that one. 39 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type...
Matt Nagy wants the officials to take another
Pixburgh,
look at that one. He'll throw out the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Throwing on first down. Franklin. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Franklin.
And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This one taken just inside the 10.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about.
Man, they gotta let it play.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward.
No, your girlfriend can't be tamed.
That'll be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Taken in at the 22. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
On 2nd down, it's Gardner, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Franklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And to give this time to the tailback. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They run the counter. Gardner. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Slam, slam, slam. Check 31, check 31. Hatch it, check.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Franklin. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, Franklin. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Let's get off the field. Check 99, check 99. 44, 44, Mike, 44. Hey, come on out here, come get some. Come get some. Come out here, come get some.
On 4th down, Franklin. Wide open receiver complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw.
Woo, catch that ball, my boy.
But it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play. When that ball's up for grabs.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Check 43, 49, check 49, check 49.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try and run for it, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens open the lead up to 34-0. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Back to throw. Franklin.
Yeah.
End zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on
5 dimes for the Mercury to get the win. How about the Liberty getting the win over the Dream 80-70? Screening Nesky put up her 11th game with 15 points and 5 boards.
All that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to
Beat like a drum.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game, 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Operating from the gun. Bradley. He finds his man. Complete. It's Nash. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And control of the football.
Man, get your ass on the field.
Little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it'll be incomplete.
Drake is hilarious, dog.
With him defensively, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Shot before break. Franklin, he's going to go up top again. This is intercepted.
Oh, too.
Picked off at the 12. Oh, look at the juke. And he will be brought down.
Razor thought of perfection. Oh, really? That was our snack time segment.
What will be the final play of this first half? There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Damn, I should have.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love?
4 verts.
4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. To throw on second down, Franklin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run on first down. It's Gardner, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain.
Jeremy Schaap coming up at the top of the hour and outside the lines. Buster Olney on the reaction in the baseball world to the suspension of Fernando Tatis Jr. Deshaun Watson starts for the Browns, even as the NFL seeks to lengthen his suspension. The billionaire who's signing dozens of college athletes, mostly Miami Hurricanes, to NIL contracts. A famous musician suffering from Parkinson's turns to ping pong to heal. And the power of the sports hub. From Little League to Augusta. Those stories and more coming up outside the lines.
But all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Check by 47. QB's trash. Let's go. Watch 47.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Check, 47.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll find his way down right around the 12.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play.
Ryan City, run a clock. What's up, baby? What's going on?
Let's give a lot of credit to the offense.
What up, early?
They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now they'll pitch it out here.
Should have kept it.
Bacon
Damn.
Cooking.
Boy,
To the 13-yard line.
boy, breakfast in bed. Saturday morning cartoons.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I was just thirsty to pitch it. Keep it. Keep it. It's blocked up.
They were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Nigga ain't been to sleep.
For great penetration as they stuffed that one on the line of scrimmage.
Accidentally went to sleep early.
This one through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
11:30, 12 o'clock.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bradley firing quickly here, and that's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook.
Watson apologized, quote, to all the women that I had impacted. Previously, he'd said he'd done nothing wrong. Watson later.
But oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Bradley. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens will
96 yards in 7 minutes. Let's get it.
In their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Under 10.
Taking a banned substance.
And they'll start with a quick throw complete out to the right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Was he down?
He takes it back to
Well, it don't matter. It's the scoring play and the turnover, so they're going to review it. Damn, I fucking put the controller down. I thought he was already down.
And at this
Damn.
point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only
Don't
thing
get it ripped out, Drake, please.
What else could go wrong?
Not only that, I think that between the 2 of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Boy, celebrated. Scarlett. Hey. I go down there. Yeah.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Ravens first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game,
Roosevelt
here comes that
get
big guy coming
upgraded.
at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
2nd down and 3. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now it appears we've got
oh no, Jake.
Down there.
Watson addressed the subject of the allegations against him on the Browns pregame show, offering his first apology of any kind to the women who accused him of misconduct.
Look, I want to say that I'm truly sorry to all the women that I've impacted in this situation. My decisions that I made in my life that put me in this position, I would definitely like to have back, but I want to continue to move forward and grow and learn and show that, I am a true person of character, and I want to keep pushing forward.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Damn, Drake, I'm sorry, man. Fuck, you shouldn't be in this game at all. Oh no, a lower leg injury. Oh no.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Brought down just shy of the 45.
Quad strain. Why was he limping away then?
Down, that brings up
oh, quad strain. I'm tripping.
That's what you want.
Damn, quad strain. So if it's just a strain, should he be gone for some months?
The first down run.
Don't turn this ball over, bro.
2nd and 5. They're going to hurry back to the line now. He's going to keep this again. Oh, now it's stripped. He loses the football. But it looked like the Raven was able to get.
But just, oh.
Indeed, keep the possession. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter.
To me, it was
what has been a 1.
I don't think they were trying to send any sort of message to Peter C. Harvey.
Just pitch it now.
Decided affair.
Wait, so I won.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones, because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Looking to throw. Franklin. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Following the fumble recovery, Bradley. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's
But if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you could be left to pay.
taken down inside the 30. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On first down, Bradley. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Bradley. Pass in.
Illegal contact on me?
In the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Come on, dog!
The hit.
Took him down.
This pepperoni was carefully placed by hand by a pizza
Definitely
maker
took him
at
down.
just like this one and that one over there. Ooh, and even these in the crust. Get yourself the
Comes late, we saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline.
Thank you for taking care of Lorenzo.
Right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Yeah, good job, Javon.
After a gain of 7.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Pick.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the status.
And Roosevelt turning up. Yeah.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys.
Back to the bay.
Charles, this might
Rest
be
in
about
peace,
as
Mac
good
J.
as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step.
205 and 158. Turned up on the running game in the second half.
Impressive victory.
Yeah, Marty McFly.
So for the home team here, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
62. He didn't play.
And for Charles Davis and our
62.
entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
11-10. Woo! 10 totes apiece.
Is brought to you by Johnny Yoda. Let's go places.
The La Liga season kicked off yesterday. This afternoon, we'll have Barcelona playing on ABC, ESPN Plus, and ESPN Deportes. Coverage begins at 2:30 Eastern Time with a 3 Eastern Time kick. Over the course of the season, all 380 La Liga matches will stream on ESPN Plus in English and in Spanish.
Heck, right.
Major development yesterday, the story we've been following for the last 18 months here and Outside the Lines on the controversial and discredited practice of so-called race norming. Many NFL players
Let's go.
denied benefits from the league's
I already know it. Turn me up.
there was a lower starting point
Turn me up.
for players when determining cognitive decline.
Turn me up.
With race norming eliminated from the process, test scores
My boy Rosie.
650 players, and now about 300 of them will qualify for benefits. A week after his death at the age of 88, Bill Russell, who won 11 titles for the Boston Celtics, is being honored by the NBA. Russell's number 6 will be retired throughout the league. That is a first for the NBA. Vanessa Bryant's federal invasion of privacy trial is underway in Los Angeles. Bryant and Chris Chester, who both lost their spouses and daughters 2 years ago in a helicopter crash, are seeking millions of dollars from LA County because police and fire personnel shared graphic photos of the scene of the crash in which 11 people died. It was 1 year ago this month, after 20 years of
Speed, please.
Afghanistan,
Jesus Christ.
paving the way for the Taliban to reclaim control of the country. We all remember the scenes in those final days, the chaos and desperation as the government fell. For Afghan women especially, the return of the Taliban would signal the end of life as they had known it for 2 decades, including their right to play sports. In the aftermath of the Taliban takeover, ESPN has been following the story of the Afghan women's national basketball team, which will be featured in an upcoming edition of E60. We're concealing the identities of the players to protect them and their families. Here's a preview. In the wake of the U.S. withdrawal last August, there was chaos in Afghanistan.
This did unfold more quickly than we had anticipated. There was never a good time to withdraw U.S. forces.
20 years after being driven from power, Taliban was back in charge.
I never imagined that Taliban can one day walk in Kabul street.
And my whole life I was always afraid.
What are your early impressions of DeAndre Baker?
Keep us in a very bad
And ready to throw again. This one high and tipped and incomplete, intended for Deebo Samuel. Broken up by DeAndre Baker. This one off the hands of Rico Dowdle and picked up by Georgia going the other way. DeAndre Baker is gone. Touchdown.
They know me now. They know me now. My education, my job, my sports. When they come and took everything from me, I don't want to be alive. They took everything again from women.
In the 2 decades since the Taliban regime fell, Afghan women had gone to high school, college, graduate school. They'd entered government, but they were playing sports.
Basketball was the only thing that brings a smile in my face. Basketball is my love, everything.
All that is now in jeopardy.
Someone came to our game and say, you shouldn't to play. But if you wanted to continue, maybe I will kill you. I will kill all of your teammates.
In a matter of days, the government collapsed and the Taliban regained power. At the airport in Kabul, there were scenes of desperation.
I start trying hard to go in airport, and there was a crowd of people, thousand people.
Suddenly explosion. Near me, a lot of people were killed. I saw the airplane that deflies from the sky.
Players from the national basketball team went into hiding. At the behest of FIFA, soccer's world governing body, the government of Qatar negotiated with the Taliban for the athletes' safe passage out of the country.
To leave my country, it wasn't in my plan. My plan was to become a role model in there and encourage other girls. And it wasn't easy to just leave everything behind.
For more, we're joined now by one of the human rights activists who's been working to extract athletes and others from Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. Mickey Worden is the Director of Global Initiatives at Human Rights Watch. Mickey, so now it's been 10 months since these athletes left Afghanistan. What is their status in Albania, and where are they heading?
The athletes are currently without a future, without an ultimate destination, without a home. They are together as a team in Albania, but these are athletes who are from the Afghan women's national basketball team, together with their families. They are really in a state of limbo.
Mickey, we've been focusing our attention on those athletes who did get out. who are in Albania now. But many of their teammates were not so fortunate. They're still in Afghanistan. What is their situation and the situation in general for female athletes now in Afghanistan?
Yeah. I mean, listen, it was almost one of the first acts of the Taliban on taking over the country was to ban sports for all women and girls. So that's millions of women and girls. The act of representing your country and playing sports is what could get you persecuted, jailed, or killed in Afghanistan. There are 8 members of the women's national basketball team who are still in Afghanistan. They were not able to be evacuated in the earlier flights out. And I've spoken to them. They have said, when is FIBA? When is the Basketball Federation coming to help us? When can we play basketball again?
Not allowing women to partake in sports is a violation of the Olympic Charter. So what is the IOC? What is its message to the Taliban?
Well, it's useful to go into some history here. The last time the Taliban was running Afghanistan, they banned all women and girls from sport, killed people, executed people in stadiums, and in 2009, the International Olympic Committee banned Taliban-run Afghanistan from being part of the Olympic movement. And since the Taliban has taken back over again, only men are allowed to play sports. And I'm sorry, that means you're out of the Olympic movement. So the IOC has an obligation to immediately ban Taliban-run Afghanistan from all international sports events and to uphold that ban. Furthermore, the IOC needs to immediately stop sending money to the Taliban. So they're still funneling money to the Afghan National Olympic Committee when that committee is fully controlled by the Taliban and is threatening women and girls.
Thank you, Morgan. A few words, Watch. Thank you for joining us now. Up next, the Miami booster who is to college athletes with a minute cheese word to Renaissance artists. He's sharing his wealth in the Wild West and Southeast that is college sports right now.
It was inevitable that boosters would find a way to put money in the hands of the athletes that they wanted to come to their schools.
95% of our players are already at the school when we give them a deal.
And later in the show, a gifted musician unable to continue to perform finds salvation